And a very pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Boshemer Gymnasium on the campus of Brevard College. Latest edition of Brevard College volleyball as the Tornadoes, with a 6-9 overall record, host their crosstown rivals, the Warren Wilson Owls, making the trip from nearby Swannanoa. Owls 1-14 on the year, so Tornadoes looking to continue what's been an excellent season with this non-conference matchup on a Tuesday evening at the Bosch. Tornadoes most recently made a trip to William Peace this past weekend, lost 3-0 in that one. Then 1 week ago, one of the more exciting volleyball matches you'll ever witnessed here at the Boshemer Gymnasium, as the Tornadoes defeated a formidable Greensboro squad in 5 sets. The Bosch was absolutely rocking for that one. The Tornadoes gearing up to face the Owls in this midweek non-conference matchup. It's also Dig Pink night here at Brevard College. The volleyball community has raised over $14 million for life-extending stage 4 breast cancer research to support the 150,000 plus men and women living with stage 4 breast cancer. Thank you for your support of Dig Pink Night and your support of cancer research. Programs like this just go such a long way in finding a cure. Visit side-out.org to learn more about Dig Pink and participate in Dig Pink in your area. A great initiative for the volleyball community. So we're about 15 minutes away from first serve here at the Bosch. Tornadoes and Owls coming up shortly.
Every cheer, for every play, we know there's a little prayer that no one gets hurt. That's why we are there too. Party athletic trainers, physicians, and specialists. We're watching closely for any sign that someone needs care. And if your child is hurt, they're seen right away by the region's top specialists. The Party Sports Medicine team is at every game, match, race, practice, and workout, providing medical attention and guidance. For us, winning is all about playing healthy and smart so you can perform at your best.
very pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Boshamer Gymnasium for this edition of Brevard College Volleyball as the Warren Wilson Owls take on your Brevard College Tornadoes. Tonight marks Dig Pink Night here at Brevard College. The volleyball community has raised over $14 million for life-extending stage 4 breast cancer research. Thank you for your support of Dig Pink Night and your support of cancer research. Now let's meet the starting lineups. First for Warren Wilson, number 4, Vera Pandolfo. Number 5, Elena Costangera. Number 9, Josie McCoy. Number 10, Sydney Weber. Number 11, the libero, Lillian DeMeglio. Number 12, Caitlin Helinski. And number 15, Alyssa Collins. Owls are under the direction of head coach Christy Crane. And now, let's see the starting lineups for your Brevard College Tornadoes. Number 6, McKenna Parkins. Number 9, Caitlin Haggerty. Number 11, the libero, Bailey Lance. Number 16, Logan Pretty. Number 18, Caitlin Presley. Number 20, Kendall Rockstad. And number 25, Jackson Temecki. Head coach of the Tornadoes is Abby Pardee, assisted by Brittany Franks. The athletic trainer is Noah Ryson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you and good luck to both teams. And welcome back to the Boshamer Gymnasium. Glad you're able to join us for this edition of Brevard College Volleyball. Tornadoes had an excellent season thus far. A non-conference tilt midweek here at the Bosch against nearby Warren Wilson. Warren Wilson with the opening serve. It'll be Pandolfo for the Owls. And opening hit there is a success from Caitlin Presley. Point, Tornadoes. And the first point of the match goes to the Nados, and getting things started from the service standpoint, libero Bailey Lance. Point Owls. So a kill there from McCoy. Josie McCoy, freshman from Statesville, North Carolina. And that'll bring up service here, Savina Doe. Freshman out of Clearwater, Florida. Big dig there from Caitlin Haggerty. And then Parkins to Pretty to Presley. Dug up there by the libero. Lillian DeMeglio of the Owls as a long rally is developing here, and it's going to be out of bounds. Tornadoes, Owls, point. Point, Owls. So an early 2-1 advantage for the Warren Wilson Owls. First year of their volleyball program at Warren Wilson. And a service error there, so it's going to knot it up at 2. Point, Tornadoes. So Caitlin Presley will handle the service for the Nados. She's the exciting senior. We've seen her entire career here at Brevard College. One of those rare players, both the setter and the hitter. As nice connection there. Collins with the finish. Point Owls. Alyssa Collins. And Collins will be rewarded with a service opportunity. 3-2 Owls. Set number 1 just getting underway. Lance, Presley, Parkins. Finish the point with ease there. Point, Tornadoes. And that'll bring up the first service opportunity for McKenna Parkins. Another part of a sensational senior class, the outside hitter from Marion, North Carolina. Dual sport athlete, also a member of the women's basketball team. And just long that serve. Point Owls. So we've seen a service ace for both sides early on here, so some self-inflicted wounds. Owls ahead 4-3. And an ace there for the Owls. Point Owls. As Alyssa Castangera, freshman from Jacksonville, Florida, with the ace. Here's Hoxett. Point Owls. That time Elena Castangera with the finish. So back-to-back points for Castangera. Her service continues. Lance with the dig. Here's Blair Nance. First look at Nance. Dug up nicely there by Nance to keep it alive. Now Presley. Lance to Nance. Rockstad for the block. Now Hoxett trying to power through a couple of Owl defenders. Big hit there by Helinski. Point Owls. And the Owls have rushed out to a 7-3 lead. Oh my. As the service will continue here for Castangera. Here's Hoxett. Point Owls. Owls now ahead 8-3. Long run here for the Owls, who have pulled away 5-point advantage. Presley setting up Nance. Here come the Owls. It's Helinski, big hit. Here's Hoxett. Finish from Hoxett.
Point, Tornadoes.
Tornadoes needed that to stop that scoring run by the Owls, and Kendall Rockstad will handle the service duties. Glad you're able to join us for this edition of Brevard College Volleyball. Dig Pink Night, great cause.
Point, Tornadoes.
So back-to-back point for the Tornadoes has cut the margin to 3. Rockstad with the serve. Here's Costangera. The finish there. Pandolfo for the Owls.
Point, Owls.
Helinski will handle the service. We saw her with a couple of big attacks earlier in this set. Parkins sends it over. Opportunity here for the Owls. DeMeglio. McCoy with the finish.
Point, Owls.
So Owls have doubled up the Tornadoes 10-5. And service here from Helinski. That's going to sail long. A little too much mustard behind that one.
Point, Tornadoes.
And Logan Pretty will do the honors. Pretty recently went over the 1,000 assist mark in her career as a Tornado. And that's going to be another point for the Owls. They're getting it done here in this first set.
Point, Owls.
McCoy with the finish that time. Meanwhile, service here, it'll be DeMeglio, the libero for Warren Wilson. Lillian DeMeglio, freshman out of Southport, North Carolina.
Point, Owls.
12-6. Owls with the advantage. Pretty. Setting up to Mickey. Ball ends up out of bounds, side out, point Owls.
Point, Owls.
DeMeglio, the service. It's going to sail long, another service error.
Point, Tornadoes.
Caitlin Haggerty with the service. Senior out of Raleigh. Haggerty keeping it alive. Parkins sends it over. Here's the Owls the other way. Big hit there from McCoy. Here's Parkins. Big opportunity. However, it sails long.
Point, Owls.
14-7, Owls on top. A couple members of the audience thought that might have gone off an Owl finger.
Point, Owls.
And service ace there, meanwhile. Second of the match for Warren Wilson, as that was Pandolfo, Vera Pandolfo. And another finish from Pandolfo.
Point, Owls. Timeout on the court.
So a timeout on the court. Coach Pardee wants to get the Tornadoes organized. Didn't see this coming. 16-7. Warren Wilson on top here in the first set. A 1-14 Owls team looking for their second win of the season. So Tornadoes will regroup and come out of the timeout. Your score here in the opening set: Warren Wilson 16, Brevard 7. Back here at the Boschmer Gymnasium, Tornadoes. Bit of a surprise here, trailing the Warren Wilson Owls 16-7. It is early in this match, set number 1. The Owls playing with some confidence. Coming out of the timeout, play there designed for Parkins, a big hit. And Presley gets a piece of that attack of the Owls. Now here's Presley with a big hit. That's what the doctor ordered.
Point, Tornadoes.
So big finish there from Caitlin Presley. She's been doing it her whole career. Tornadoes needed the point coming out of the timeout. Down 16-8. Service there from Bailey Lance.
Point, Tornadoes.
So back-to-back points for the NATOs. And we'll keep an eye on this. It was 16-7 when Coach Pardee called the timeout.
Point, Tornadoes.
So 3 straight points for the Tornadoes. So perhaps indeed after the timeout, the conversation with the coaching staff, kind of a different feel out there for this Tornado team. Parkins with a big hit. That's 4 straight points for the NATOs.
Point, Tornadoes.
16-11. So many of these scoring runs this season have been with Bailey Lance, the senior from Mills River, North Carolina, handling the service, and another one happening right now. But what an answer by Warren Wilson.
Point, Owls.
Number 15, Alyssa Collins with the finish. This is Savina Doe, the freshman from Clearwater, Florida. Presley with the hit. Defenders were there, led by Helinski of the Owls. Then that block's going to go out of bounds.
Point, Tornadoes.
Bring up a service for Presley. Blair Nance checks in. Great to see members of the Brevard College football team in attendance. Women's soccer as well. Women's soccer has a home match tomorrow, 5 p.m., Eis Lamel Family Field.
Point, Tornadoes.
Tornadoes continuing to cut into that lead. They trailed 16-7. Big hit. Helinski with authority.
Point, Owls.
Caitlin Helinski unleashing some fury with that hit.
Point, Tornadoes.
Tornadoes able to win back the service. It'll be McKenna Parkins handling those duties. 18-14 your score at the Bosch. Set number 1. Presley. Lance. Here's Blair Nance. Dug up nicely there by Pandolfo of WWC. And then Pandolfo trying to catch the Tornadoes off guard with a finesse attack. Here's Hoxett. And the finish there from Rockstad.
Point, Tornadoes. Timeout on the court.
So a timeout on the court, 18-15 your score. So Tornadoes with an 8-2 run coming out of that timeout. And have tightened things up here in the first set. That last hit coming from Kendall Rockstad, junior out of Kannapolis, North Carolina, South Rowan High School. Well, glad you're able to join us. Women's volleyball here at the Bosch. Tornadoes will be on the road this weekend. A USA South Conference tri-match held at Mary Baldwin University in Staunton, Virginia. They'll face the host, Mary Baldwin, and then a neutral site match against Methodist. Then the Tornadoes right back here at home, Tuesday, October 17th. That's 1 week from today, as the Tornadoes take on Salem. It'll be fall break for the student body here at Brevard College, so not expecting the biggest of student sections. However, a lot of the fall student athletes will remain on campus as they'll be in action. Back to action here, meanwhile, and who else? Holinsky.
Point Owls.
Castagera with the service. 19-15. Owls on top. Big hit there. Ashley hawks it.
Point Tornadoes.
And subbing in is the service specialist, Kaylin Murphy. Always a factor. And here's Murphy scanning where she wants to place this volleyball. Sends it to the back line. Dug out there by Doe.
Point Tornadoes.
And the point goes to Tornado, so the Murphy insertion pays off. See if Murphy and the Tornadoes keep this going. 19-17.
Tornadoes ace.
So a Tornadoes ace off the service of Murphy. What a weapon, Kaylin Murphy. As she makes things difficult on the Owls. You can see Doe trying to keep that alive. Now here come the Tornadoes. Hawks it. Opportunity, meanwhile, for the Owls. And once again, Holinsky.
Point Owls.
So Holinsky will get the service. She has been sensational early on here with the attacks. Already with 4 kills, Holinsky. Lead all players on the court. Here's Nance. Count it.
Point Tornadoes.
2019 as Logan Pretty checks in. Nance checks out after her winner. Pretty. Lance. Here's Hoxit. Parkins did everything she could to dig up that attack from McCoy.
Point Owls.
21-19. Heading to real crunch time here in this first set. Service there from DeMeglio. Parkins. Here's Pretty. Presley's going to send it over, and that's going to be long.
Point Owls.
22-19. Owls 3 points away from taking an opening set here on the road. Here's Presley. Presley delivers for the Tornadoes.
Point Tornadoes.
And Caitlin Haggerty, another one of the strong servers for the Tornadoes, checks in. Student section starting to get going here at the Bosch.
Point Tornadoes.
So a violation there for the Owls. (22-21), Owls on top. Pretty. Lance. Here's Presley.
Point Tornado. Timeout on the court.
So the Tornadoes have worked their way all the way back after trailing by 9 points. Tornadoes have worked their way back, and now we're all tied up, 22 apiece. Set number 1 at the Bosch. Back here at the Bosch, all knotted up at 22. And Caitlin Haggerty will continue the service. Just long. Service error. Point to the Owls.
Point Owls.
So the Owls will serve here. Pandolfo. Parkins. Presley. Count it.
Point Tornadoes.
All tied up at 23. Libero for the Tornadoes. Bailey Lance with a strong serve.
Point Tornadoes. Set point Tornadoes.
And just like that, a set point opportunity for the Tornadoes, 24-23.
Tornadoes ace. Tornadoes win the first set, 25-23. Set number 2 coming up next.
So an ace to finish off the first set for the Tornadoes. The Tornadoes trailed in this set 16-7. That's a 9-point deficit. A timeout from Coach Abby Pardee. A sort of a kumbaya, hey, let's get this together. It's regroup, let's get focused. And from that point forward, folks, Tornadoes winning 18 of the final 25 points to take the 25-23 first set win. Really nicely done by the Tornadoes after Warren Wilson early on was playing with all sorts of confidence. Tornadoes, Caitlin Presley leading the way with 5 kills. Ashley Hoxett has 2 kills. McKenna Parkins, 3 kills to go along with 3 digs. Kendall Rockstead had a pair of kills as well, also a kill from Blair Nance. 6 assists from Presley, 5 from Logan Pretty, 2 from Bailey Lance. Bailey Lance also with 4 digs. Logan Pretty with 5 digs. And service aces, always a factor with these Tornado clubs. Kaylin Murphy with an ace. Caitlin Haggerty with an ace. And then Bailey Lance, 2 aces, including the ace on set point, as Tornadoes take the 25-23 set 1 victory. Warren Wilson led by McCoy with 4 kills. Holinsky seemed absolutely unstoppable on some of her attacks. She had 4 kills. Pandolfo with 5 assists, also Castaneda. DeMeglio leading the way with 6 digs. So we'll head to the second set after the Tornadoes take the 25-23 lead. Also a pair of blocks for the Tornadoes. One from Jackson Tamicki and then a combination Blair Nance and Kendall Rockstad on a block. Warren Wilson was not able to complete a block. We mentioned the early lead for Warren Wilson. There were 2 lead changes and 5 tied scorers in this one. So we'll head now to the second set. And Tornadoes looking to continue this momentum into set number 2, of course. Some final instructions from head coach Abby Pardee. Assistant coach is Brittany Franks. The head athletic trainer, Noah Reisig, working closely with the volleyball team as well. As the crowd's continuing to up the volume here at the Bosch. And Logan Pretty will get things started with the service. Tornadoes in the white uniforms, blue numerals, blue lettering, black shorts.
Point, Tornadoes.
Great start to the second set as Tamicki right there for the block. Service from Pretty. Here's Ashley Hoxett. Another opportunity for the Tornadoes. Pretty. Presley this time. Count it.
Point, Tornadoes.
Early 2-0 lead for the Nados.
Point, Tornadoes.
3-0, all off the service of Logan Pretty. Tamicki and Presley slammed the door shut.
Point, Tornadoes.
And after all that momentum at the end of the first set, Tornadoes continuing it here in the second set, a 4-0 advantage.
Point, Owls.
Owls, meanwhile, able to benefit from the service error. It'll be Pandolfo with the service, Vera Pandolfo. Had a pair of aces in the first set, Pandolfo did. She digs that one up. Here's Helinski. Hoxett.
Point, Tornadoes.
Big finish there from Hoxett. 5-1 your score. Caitlin Haggerty checks in, will handle the service.
Point, Owls.
The Owls able to wrestle the service back. It'll be Helinski. That's going to be a service ace for Helinski.
Point, Owls.
That's Warren Wilson's 5th ace of the match. Haggerty. Here's Pretty setting up Parkins.
Point, Tornadoes.
Bailey Lance handling the service. 2 aces in that opening set. Make it 3.
Tornadoes, ace.
So 7-3 now the score as Lance has just come alive.
Tornadoes, ace.
Back-to-back aces. Had that set point winner ace as well. Make it 3 straight aces.
Tornadoes, ace. Timeout on the court.
So a timeout on the court after 3 straight aces from Bailey Lance, dating back to the first set. That's 4 straight aces in her last 4 service attempts. And NATO Nation starting to feel it here at the Bosch. Timeout there for Warren Wilson to try to stop the bleeding after a 9-3 onslaught by the Tornadoes. 3 straight aces from Bailey Lance. She serves it up again with a bunch of power and make it another one.
Tornadoes, ace.
So 4 straight aces. And 6 aces on the match. Make it 7.
Tornadoes, ace.
7 aces in the match. We're only in the first part of the second set. 5 straight aces at the moment, and Warren Wilson able to return that serve. But meanwhile, the scoring run continues after a Parkins finish. Big hit there. And Holinsky.
Point Owls.
Seems like when the Owls need a point the most, Caitlin Holinsky comes to the rescue. Meanwhile, Alyssa Collins with the service. Tornadoes are going to earn the service back.
Point Tornadoes.
$13-4 your score.
Point Tornadoes.
Make it 14-4. Largest lead of the match for either team. Warren Wilson had a 9-point lead in the first set.
Point Owls.
Service error there, so Owls will continue the service. Elena Castanguera with the opportunity. Owls in the navy blue uniforms with the green sleeves. White numerals, white lettering. Parkins.
Point Tornadoes.
McKenna Parkins with the service. Parkins so far in this match, 5 kills, 4 digs. And make it 1 ace.
Tornadoes, ace. Timeout on the court.
A timeout on the court with your score 16-5. Tornadoes on top, set number 2.
Ashlyn Bauman, Lakeland, Florida. Go Tornadoes.
Emma Wester, Surfside Beach, South Carolina.
Caitlin Haggerty, Raleigh, North Carolina.
Bailey Lance, Millsboro, North Carolina. Justine
Lewis, Orange City, Florida. McKenna Parkins, Marion, North Carolina. Kayla Murphy, Indian Trail, North Carolina.
Ashley Huxett, Balsam Grove, North Carolina. Kendall Rogstad, Kannapolis, North Carolina. Logan Petty, Greensboro, North Carolina.
Blair Nance, Rockville, North Carolina. Go Natives. Caitlin Presley, Brevard, North Carolina.
Riley Contreras, Peyton, Colorado. Louisa Rodrigues, Manaus, Brazil, go Tornadoes.
Mary Grace Valentine, Kent, South Carolina. Go Tornadoes. Melanie Hoyle.
Back here at the Boschmer Gymnasium, big-time performance so far here in the second set, 16-5, Tornadoes on top. McKenna Parkins with the service coming off a ace.
Point Owls.
The service ace has been such a huge part of the Tornado attack this evening. 7 aces from Bailey Lance, also 1 ace from Murphy, 1 from Parkins, 1 from Haggerty. Grand total of 10 for the Tornadoes. Meanwhile, service here from Savina Dole. Hawks it, big hit. Doe digs it up.
Point Tornadoes.
Well, Brevard College women's soccer will be in action tomorrow. Hope to see you there. 5 p.m. at the Eyes Lamel Family Field. Kaylin Murphy with the serve.
Point Owls.
17-7. As Lillian DeMeglio will handle the service. Presley to Mickey. Parkins digs it up. Now Presley setting up Hoxit. Nice dig there by Doe. And then a beautiful one-handed dig by Lance. Now Lance sends it over. Pandolfo. Now here come the Tornadoes. Hoxit. There you go. Finish from Hoxit.
Point Tornadoes.
18-7. And Logan Pretty will handle the service. Pretty thus far, 9 assists. Continuing to add to her total on the career. Well over 1,000 now. Also has 5 digs on the evening. Service here. Doe. Castangera heading up, setting up Helinski, but Helinski's attack goes wide.
Point Tornadoes.
Tornadoes up by 12 here in the second set, ahead 1-0 at 25-23, set number 1. Different story, much tighter. With Warren Wilson running out to a big lead early.
Point Owls.
So Owls able to register the point there. 19-8 your score. Pretty. Hawks it. Harkins to Tamicki. Big hit there once again from Helinski.
Point Owls.
Here's Hoxit. Nice block there from Castangera. Hoxit again using some finesse and location, and that's going to work.
Point Tornadoes.
Tornadoes get to the 20-point threshold with an 11-point cushion. Caitlin Haggerty will handle the service. Part of an outstanding senior class. Here's Pretty. And a finish there for the Tornadoes.
Point, Tornadoes.
Emma Wester. Credit Wester with the kill.
Point, Owls.
Emma Wester, the junior right side hitter out of Surfside Beach, South Carolina, St. James High School. Haggerty, Pretty. Here's Wester again. Wester using some touch. And Owls are going to be able to earn that point there.
Point, Owls.
21-11. The dangerous Caitlin Helinsky with the service. Here's Parkins. Costangaro was there defensively on the net. And that's going to go the Owls' direction once again.
Point, Owls.
Service from Helinsky. Parkins, Pretty, Wester. Dug up there by Haggerty. Wester sends it over.
Point, Owls.
21-13. Helinsky's put together a couple points as the server for the Owls. Wester sends it over. Pretty now setting up Wester.
Point, Tornadoes.
Tornadoes 3 points away from taking a 2-0 lead in sets. And the dangerous Bailey Lance with the service. 7 aces on the evening. She had 5 straight aces. At one point here in this second set. And here's Lance. Dug up nicely that time by the Owls.
Point, Tornadoes.
However, Helinsky not able to get that one over the net. 23-13, 2 points away. And the Lance service continues. Incredible efficiency with the serve. That was just a rocket that time, a laser from Lance. Here's Parkins. Haggerty. Lance keeps it alive. Rockstad sends it over. Parkins tries to slam the door shut. Parkins keeping it alive again. Compelling rally here. Wester.
Point, Tornadoes. Set point, Tornadoes.
So a set point opportunity for Brevard College with who else serving but Bailey Lance. She had an ace in this same opportunity in the first set. And that's going to sail long.
Point, Owls.
But a huge cushion. 10-point lead. Here's Wester. Haggerty digs it up. Pretty keeps it alive. Here's Parkins.
Point Owls.
So Owls hanging around. 24-15. Here's Pretty. There's the finish from Rockstad.
Point Tornadoes. And the Tornadoes win the second set 25-15. Take a 2-0 set lead. Set number 3 coming up next.
So set number 3 coming up next after Tornadoes win 25-15 there in the second set. Great work there from the NATOs after a very tight first set. Bailey Lance, the big story in this one. 7 aces, including 5 straight in that second set. She also has 6 digs and 2 assists. Caitlin Presley has 7 kills, as does McKenna Parkins. Ashley Hoxett with 5 kills. Kendall Rockstad with 3. Logan Pretty leading all players with 12 assists. Presley has 8 assists. Warren Wilson, meanwhile, has been led by Helinski with 8 kills. McCoy has 6. Vera Pandolfo is the leading distributor with 10 assists. And DeMeglio leading the way in the dig department with 11. So Tornadoes ahead 2-0. Would love nothing more but to finish this off in straight sets. Non-conference action against Warren Wilson. Well, folks, make sure you check out the USA Cycling Collegiate Mountain Bike National Championships taking place in Ride Rock Creek in nearby Zirconia, North Carolina. Tornadoes have won 10 national championships in their cycling history. Looking for number 11 this weekend at an incredibly interesting, compelling location because it's only about a 45-minute drive from the campus of Brevard College, Zirconia, North Carolina. There was a press conference earlier today with 4 cycling student athletes along with head coach Brad Purley. There's going to be a shuttle taking students to the cycling national championships on Thursday. And then there's also going to be a supporters tent on Sunday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all action for USA Cycling Collegiate Mountain Bike National Championships. If you haven't seen the sport in person, it's a must-see. Exciting stuff, and some of the best racers in the world who are students right here at Brevard College. Well, meanwhile, we'll have women's soccer tomorrow as Tornadoes host Pfeiffer. And here in the present moment, the Tornadoes with a 2-0 advantage over the Owls. First set, a 25-23 win where the Tornadoes came from behind, trailing by 9. And then a 25-15 set number 2 victory. And that sets the stage for set number 3. We're seeing some substitutions here for the Tornadoes. Entering the match, Melanie Hoyle, junior middle blocker from Sylva, North Carolina, Smoky Mountain High School. And service here for the Owls was a Pandolfo.
Point Owls.
So the Pandolfo service will continue. Hoxett, Bailey, Lance, and Parkins along that back line to return this serve. And it's going to be Lance. Pretty setting up Parkins. Big hit there. Count it.
Point Tornadoes.
Bailey Lance. It's become much must-see TV when Bailey Lance is serving. 7 aces. Dug up there by DeMeglio, the libero, to prevent ace number 8. Here's Hoxett. Pretty. Parkins. Back-to-back kills from McKenna Parkins.
Point, Tornadoes.
So another service opportunity here for Bailey Lance. And another laser from Lance.
Point, Tornadoes.
The Lance service just has been incredibly effective. Over 950 service percentage.
Point, Owls.
Collins with the finish there for the Owls. So good answer from the Owls as Savina Doe checks back in. Doe, the freshman from Clearwater, Florida, Northeast High School in that Tampa Bay region.
Point, Owls.
3-2, Tornadoes on top here. Check that, actually 3-3 your score.
Point, Tornadoes.
I'll set up a Caitlin Presley service.
Tornadoes, ace.
So an ace from Presley. And the service efficiency continues. Big hit there from Parkins, but it was ruled in the Owls' favor. Parkins may have hit the net on that attack.
Point, Owls.
Whole building thought Parkins had another winner there. The referee on the net, he's watching very precisely. Service error there, meanwhile, point Tornadoes.
Point, Tornadoes.
Another substitute here for the NATOs. Kylie Catcher, freshman, checking into the contest. Making her way to Brevard College from Peyton, Colorado, Falcon High School. (6-5) your score. Service opportunity here for Kaylin Murphy. Murphy keeping it alive.
Point, Owls.
Pandolfo with the finish there.
Point, Tornadoes. Point Owls. Point Owls.
Hoxett with the hit. And count it for the Tornadoes.
Point Tornadoes.
So Hoxett now with the service as Parkins checks back in. Nice work there from Kylie Catcher, the freshman. Pretty. Here come the Owls. Alinsky.
Point Tornadoes. Point Owls.
So the Owls with the 10-9 advantage. Make it 10-10.
Point Owls. Point Owls. Point Tornadoes.
(11-11) your score. Service for Lance, and there it is. Another ace.
Tornadoes ace.
Ace number 8 for Bailey Lance. That's an enormous number. Getting it done in just 2.5 sets thus far.
Point Tornadoes.
13-11. NATO's on top. Would love nothing more to finish this up in 3.
Point Owls.
Doe will handle the service. Presley with a big hit. Defense was there for Warren Wilson.
Point Tornadoes. Point Owls. Point Owls. Point Owls.
So the Owls have rattled off a few consecutive points. Parkins with a hit. Nance sends it over.
Point Owls.
The Owls not going away quietly. Lance, the diving dig there. Helinski with the finish.
Point Owls.
17-14. Tornadoes now trail by 3. Rockstad.
Point Tornadoes.
Kendall Rockstad getting it done there. Junior out of Kannapolis, North Carolina. Meanwhile, checking back in is Kaylee Catcher, the freshman.
Point Owls.
Owls ahead 18-15.
Point Tornadoes.
Kaylin Murphy checking back in, the service specialist, as an ace this evening. Big hit there. Who else? Helinski.
Point Owls.
(19-16). Owls on top here. Tornadoes leading 2-0 in sets.
Point, Tornadoes.
Logan Pretty checking back in. She'll handle the service. Blair Nance checks out. That critical juncture of every volleyball set, right around that 20-point mark, and Owls get one of those critical points right there, 2017.
Point, Owls.
Here's Presley. Hoyle sending it over.
Point, Tornadoes.
Kenna Parkins checks back in as catcher checks back out. Big hit there from Presley. Count it.
Point, Tornadoes.
Owls 20, Tornadoes 19. Ashley Hoxett with the serve. 4 bounces the ball, a spin, and a jump serve from Hoxett. It results in an ace.
Tornadoes, ace. Timeout on the court.
So a timeout on the court with the score all tied up at 20 apiece here in set number 3.
Every cheer, for every play, we know there's a little prayer that no one gets hurt. That's why we are there too. Party athletic trainers, physicians, and specialists. We're watching closely for any sign that someone needs care. And if your child is hurt, they're seen right away by the region's top specialists. The Party Sports Medicine team is at every game, match, race, practice, and workout, providing medical attention and guidance. For us, winning is all about playing healthy and smart so you can perform at your best.
Back here at the Boschmer Gymnasium, all knotted up at 20. Tornadoes would love nothing more than finish this up in 3 sets. Service here from Ashley Hoxett coming off an ace.
Point, Tornadoes.
21-20 Tornadoes as the BC flag flies here at the Boschmer Gymnasium. Tornadoes with 13 aces as a team. Here's a serve from Hoxett. Presley keeps it alive. Pretty. Parkins. Here come the Owls. Big time block there. Melanie Hoyle with the finish.
Point, Tornadoes.
Tornadoes inching closer.
Timeout on the court.
And a timeout from Warren Wilson. So 22-20. The advantage for the home team. As the home crowds brought it this evening. Great to see so many members of Brevard College community here in attendance. Brevard's been hot as of late, the Tornadoes. The sweep over Pfeiffer, a 3-1 win over NC Wesleyan, a 5-set thriller over Greensboro, and now looking to finish off Warren Wilson in non-conference action. Ashley Hoxett will handle the serve. 22-20, Tornadoes on top of the Owls, set number 3. Tornadoes unable to complete the mission on that point. So the Owls will handle the service. It's Pandolfo.
Point, Tornadoes.
Tornadoes now 2 points away from a match victory. Bailey Lance, hot hand for the Tornadoes throughout this one. 8 aces. Well, that's a service error that time around.
Point, Owls.
The Owls still hanging around, 23-22. Here's Pretty setting up Parkins. Dug up there by DeMeglio. Now Parkins sets up Presley. Count it.
Point, Tornadoes. Set point, match point, Tornadoes.
So a set and a match point here. Set number 3. Leading 24-22. Caitlin Presley with the serve. Kept alive by the Owls. Here's Presley setting up Parkins.
Point, Tornadoes. And the Tornadoes win. Tornadoes win in straight sets, 25-23, 25-15, and 25-22. Thank you for joining us for this edition of Brevard College Volleyball. Be sure to check out women's soccer tomorrow, 5 p.m. kickoff at Eyes Lamel Family Field. Have a very pleasant rest of your evening. Drive home safely. Your final score for the final time. Tornadoes win 3-0. Go Tornadoes!
So the Tornadoes take the 3-0 victory. 5 p.m. start tomorrow for women's soccer. A 3-0 victory here. As Tornadoes win 25-23, 25-15, 25-22. The big story in this one, 8 service aces from Bailey Lance. She also had 11 digs. McKenna Parkins with 10 kills. Caitlin Presley with 8. Kendall Rockstead had 4. Ashley Hoxa with 7. Blair Nance with 3. Leading distributor was Logan Pretty with 18 assists. Caitlin Presley had 12 assists. In addition to the 8 service aces from Lance, also aces from Murphy, Parkins, Haggerty, and Presley. Blocks from Tamiki, Hoyle, and Presley as well, along with Rockstead and Nance, each with a block assist. And in the dig department, Bailey Lance with 11 digs to lead all players. Logan Pretty at 9. The Owls, meanwhile, led by Helinski with 12 kills. Pandolfo had 16 assists. And DeMeglio had 13 digs. Well, the Tornadoes will head back to USA South Conference play after this non-conference tilt. A trip to Staunton, Virginia for a USA South Conference tri-match. They'll face off against the host, Mary Baldwin, at 12 noon, and then take off Methodist at 2 p.m. And then back here at the Bosch on Tuesday, October 17th versus Salem, a 6 p.m. first serve. We mentioned women's soccer. That's happening tomorrow. Cycling happening this weekend, Thursday through Sunday in Zirconia, North Carolina. Best of luck to the cycling team at the USA Cycling Collegiate Mountain Bike National Championships. Fall sports in full effect here at Brevard College. Well, want to thank all those who made this evening's production possible. Justin Espino handling production. Melody Ferguson, our spotter and researcher. Joseph Marvin and Angie Mascaro handling the statistics, all the numbers, crunching those over there on the score tables side of things. Also, big contributions from the Brevard College softball team, who handles a lot of the behind-the-scenes operations here at the Bosch. Well, thank you, NATO Nation, for tuning in for another edition of Brevard College Volleyball. We'll see you tomorrow for women's soccer at Islamel Family Field. Your final score for the final time: Brevard 3, Warren Wilson 0. Go Tornadoes!